friends. Good to see you. I hope you enjoy this little video that I'm going to do for you today about bird wingspans. And I love birds, and so I've learned a lot about birds by asking questions, by watching them, by reading about them, by watching videos. There's lots of ways to learn about things that you are interested in, whatever it is. So if you're interested in fish or amphibians or mammals or the world, different places in the world, find something that you're interested in and find more about that. Ask questions. If you meet somebody, ask them questions about something they know, about something that you're interested in. Years ago, when I was teaching in Sacramento at a Montessori school, there was a father who was a biologist, and his special job was to protect the wetlands so that birds could lay their eggs and have babies and eat the things that they like to eat. So that was what his job was. He was a biologist and studied birds. And so I asked him a lot of questions. And one of the things I found really interesting is something that their bones are hollow, that they have a lot of air in their bones, and so they can fly easily. And the other thing that was interesting is their wingspans, how big birds' wingspans are. And a wingspan is how long their feathers are from one tip to the other tip. So if you were to put out your arms like this, and we were to take a measuring tape and measure how long your wingspan is, if you were a bird, that would be pretty interesting, right? So this is an activity that you can do, and you can find birds in a bird book, or you can look online, and you can find out lots of things about one bird, what they eat, what kind of nests they make, what their eggs look like when they lay eggs, how they find a mate. Some birds do fancy dances, or they show their feet, and there's lots of ways that birds do it. So we're going to do this little activity, and I hope you'll try it because it's kind of fun. And I know that somewhere around your house you might have a tape measure like this, or you might have a ruler or a yardstick, or maybe you have a tape measure that looks like this around your house. So you can ask your parents if they can help you, and then once they show you how to use a tape measure, you can do it yourself. So I have picked birds that are in my yard to learn about. So there are quail that live in my yard. There's female and male quail, and sometimes they're in a big group and sometimes just a few of them. So a quail's wingspan is 15 inches. And I wrote the number 15, a 1 and a 5. It's a teen number, 15. And these two little dots right here, that symbolizes inches. If there was only one little line, it would mean feet. So that's how long a quail's wingspan is. So when a quail puts their arms open, that's how long. So I wrote the word quail, the number of their wingspan, and I cut a piece of string and taped it to the card so I know, oh, this is a quail. That's how long a quail's wingspan is. And then I'm interested in hummingbirds because I have a hummingbird feeder out my window. You might even be able to see it. Lots of hummingbirds. The hummingbirds had 2 babies this year, and it was fun watching them. They're still little, and they have little downy feathers on them. They're so cute. And so a hummingbird, look at their wingspan. Not very big, right? Not very long. 4 inches. And a robin, you've seen robins around, maybe in your yard, getting worms or insects. And a robin's wingspan is 9 inches. So that's how long a robin's wingspan is. So while we're here today, I'm going to show you a nuthatch. I really like looking at the the red-breasted nuthatch. It's this little bird right here. Yeah. And they're fun to watch because they go around the trees and they try to get little insects. They're fun to watch, and they're really cute. They make a cute little sound. And they're a songbird, so you could also find out what song does a bird make. So the nuthatch, their wingspan is 8.5 inches. So I'm going to take my pen, and I'm just going to write 8 inches today because it's kind of hard to write and show you 8.5. So I'm going to write the word nuthatch. and I'm going to put 8 inches. So I wrote the paper and I wrote nuthatch and I made it 8 because it's 8 inches. Remember the 2 little lines next to the 8 mean inches. And then I'm going to take out my tape measure. I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to pull it out until I get to 8.5. Am I there? Oh, there we go. I'm going to just do 8 today. Okay, so I'm going to lay that down. And I'm going to get some string. You can use string or yarn. If you don't have either one of those things, you could use paper and cut strips of paper and tape them together to see how long that is. So I'm going to, oops, it unrolled. I'm going to lay that down and I'm going to cut the string. I'm going to make sure that it's to the edge, right here to the edge of the tape measure. And then down to here where it says 8, I'm going to take my scissors, cut, and then I'm going to get a little piece of tape, not too much, just a tiny bit of tape. That's all I need, one little piece. And I'm going to tape it to this paper. So now I know when I think about, when a nuthatch opens its wings, I wonder what its wingspan is. So this is 8 inches. That's how wide their wings are, 8 inches. So you can look up any kind of bird you want. You can look them up online if you have a book that you're interested in. I have this book, so I can look up lots of things. And then you can also find out in your book, or when you look up online, you can find out what color eggs they lay, what they make their nest out of. There's so many interesting things about birds, and I hope that this sparks a little interest in you, that you might want to find out some more things about birds. Some birds migrate and some birds don't. So that's another fun thing to talk about, migration. That's a big word, isn't it? Migration. So anyway, I hope you're well. I hope you try some of these things, and I will see you next time. All right, guys.